This is the black Fijian chap, right?
I was beginning to wonder.
No.
Minister is very kind.
Good evening, Honourable Ministers, the Indian High Commissioner to Fiji, Mr. Sharma, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the invitation tonight. I was sitting there trying to think of words of wisdom. Reminded me of what the PM told me once, that when you look at a duck, it looks all very calm above water, but swimming frantically below. And I was frantically trying to think what words of wisdom say. But one of the reasons why also I'm pleased to be here tonight is because training is very much part of the new look for the Fijian public service. The upskilling is very, very critical. As you know, that we are currently carrying out a review, somewhat muted because of the bureaucracy at World Bank, but nonetheless it's continuing, and we're carrying out a review of the public service and indeed a restructuring of some of the key ministries within the service. And it is therefore critical to ensure that we have a cadre of people who are not just the right and well qualified people, but continue to have the training that's required, on what I call on-job training and upskilling continuously. As our friend told us earlier on, that whilst being a school teacher, obviously by getting those skill sets, he was then able to apply those skill sets in a lot more targeted manner and more refined manner that also helped him to reach his target audience. And I think that is very critical for us in Fiji. I think we've identified, you don't really have to have consultants actually tell you that, but there are many areas of gaps that we have in Fiji, including both at the technical level and the administrative level. And just looking at the range of courses that's available through ITEC, a lot of it actually feeds into the gap. I'm sure that later on we are very, very pleased, of course, with the huge number of slots that have been offered to us, in particular after the visit of Prime Minister Modi. But of course there are probably other areas that we can get into, and I think once we have the civil service reform refined a lot better, we'll be able to then ask you to say, can we have training in some of the other areas? And I think that's very critical. Fiji, of course, is a hub, and I'm not sort of overplaying it, but we do have a lot of people who do come to Fiji. We do provide training, and of course by playing that pivotal role, we are able to also then work with and assist the other Pacific Island countries that are, of course, in the region. I'd like to, ladies and gentlemen, I think it would be amiss of me not to mention also the deep relationship that we do have with India. India has been very much a friend, and indeed a resolute friend, notwithstanding some of the issues that we've had in the past. But this is a country that we can look up to, and indeed the relationship, as His Excellency the High Commissioner stated, has been taken up a notch, or probably a 2 or 3, in particular with the very cordial and warm and special relationship between the Prime Minister of India and, of course, our Honourable Prime Minister. But there's no doubt, I think a lot of the students who do go to India, and indeed other countries that offer us assistance, but India is a very very rich and vibrant and indeed diverse country, and the cultural mix is quite amazing. And I think apart from the actual technical training, the exposure to different cultural aspects of India and whether the geographical aspects of India, I think is quite enriching as an individual. And I think a lot of people have become a lot more astute, a lot more familiar with the ways of the world, and I think a lot more cultured in that sense. And I think that is again another experience. It was very interesting, by coincidence today, the Solicitor General's office was interviewing people for some positions, legal positions, and one of them was a gentleman who, I don't know whether he's got the job or not, but a gentleman who had his legal training in Pune, but from Lambasa. So it was interesting to see that a lot more people are obviously coming through the system. I'd like to thank the Indian government and of course the Indian High Commissioner and his team for the very good work that they're carrying out, and of course the warm relationship that we have with India. And Fiji, of course, is a friend of yours, and we look forward to more closer working relationships. And I think in terms of helping us build our capacity, and I think that is very critical. Our economy is growing very well, but I think one of the challenges for us is to have the right skill sets within the economy to take advantage of the trajectory that we are on. And I think we need to get the training sooner rather than later. So thank you very much once again, and I'd like to wish all those who are here and who have benefited from ITEC. I'm sure you all appreciate the assistance, and I wish you all the very best in the future. Vinaka, thank you.